Hello, this is a demonstration of the Inclusive Carbon Standard platform. The home page of the Inclusive Carbon Standard platform provides information about the standard, principles used by the standard, and features of the system. Existing users can log in, or new users can register. On the registration page, users are required to provide contact information and a username and password. Once a user has registered and logged in, the user's project page is displayed by default. In this case, the profile used for the demonstration has 4 existing projects. This default page is useful for describing some of the features of the system. The main means to navigate the system is using the menu on the left-hand side of the page. Under Governance on the menu, governance structures and platform documentation can be accessed. Under Methodologies, existing approved methodologies can be viewed. The methodologies being developed by the logged-in user can be viewed under My Methodology. A new methodology can be proposed by clicking on New Proposal. The menu item under Projects are similar to methodology items. The project directory lists existing projects. My Projects lists the user's projects. New Project allows the user to add a new project. This demonstration introduces methodologies and focuses on project development using these existing methodologies. Before beginning a new project, the project developer will need to familiarize themselves with the available component methodologies applicable to their project. This can be done by considering existing methodologies in the component methodology directory. If there are no suitable component methodologies, the developer may need to develop a new methodology. Details for methodologies can be viewed by downloading the component methodology document using the link in the table shown. This is an example of a downloaded component methodology proposal and contains the details required for that component methodology. Once the project developer has considered or created the component methodologies for their project, they can select New Project under Projects. This brings up the Create New Project form. Project types are project. These are normal projects when using an approved methodology. Example projects used to test methodologies under development, and landmark projects or first-of-kind projects. A project title and description is then needed along with the sectoral scope for that project. The component methodologies for the project then need to be selected. This should be informed by the information about the methodologies perused before creating the project. The system then asks the project developer to complete the project form, which requests information required by the component methodologies selected for the project. In this example, the section MP003 is the project description component methodology requirements, and MA003 is the additionality component methodology information required. Each numbered item in the project form is a link which allows the user to complete a set of information required by the component methodology. After completing the project form, the project developer can download a consolidated document for the project for review and view the data requirements and calculations procedure using the parameters and equations link. They can also leave the project and return to it later if additional information is needed. When the developer is ready, they can submit the project for validation using Create Audit. Data will need to be captured in the platform when the developer is ready to begin their project. Data for the project can be accessed from the My Projects page and selecting View Data under the Actions menu within the Projects table. The data requirements are defined by the component methodologies. The component methodologies also define the calculation procedure for the emission reductions determination. There are three types of data in the methodology calculations framework. Sets, which define grouping or intervals of the data. Input parameters, which are the measurements, assumed values, or constants used in the calculations. And lastly, there are the calculated variables. This page shows the sets for a CSP example project. Further down on the same page, details can be added for the Internet of Things devices for automating the capture of data. On the same page, the parameters that are measured, electricity production, diesel consumption, emission factors, and calibration details, needed for the calculation of emission reductions from the example CSP project are listed. The data points for each parameter can be viewed by selecting the View Data on the Actions menu in the table. This page shows the electricity generated parameter values for the example CSP project. This data can also be downloaded if required, for example, by auditors for verification calculation. Data can be captured in three ways: through the IoT devices, manually through upload of files, or manually as single values, for example, calibration data. Equations are provided for reference within the project information but cannot be edited. The output variables are listed and the calculation of the emission reductions for the existing data can be performed. The project's results page provides the values of the variables calculated using the formulas defined in the component methodologies. These can be searched or filtered to analyze specific output variables. Once all the data for the monitoring period has been collected and the emission reductions have been calculated, the project monitoring report can be generated for processing of credits. The project report provides a consolidated view of the project, including the information from the project form for each of the selected component methodologies, aggregated input data into the calculation procedures, and the emission reductions from the calculations. This is used for the auditing process. This concludes a demonstration of the application of the Inclusive Carbon Standard platform for the development of a project using existing example component methodologies, up to the point of generating a monitoring report.